Hi folks, well it's time for a rant. I received a parcel today. I've ordered myself some LED strips to go under these shelves because this area of the desk behind me is a bit too dark and you can't correctly see resistors and things like that. So, got some LED strips, haven't opened them yet. Got some power supplies, just opened one of those bags to have a look inside, and the first thing I pulled out was this power cable. UK plug, but not really a UK plug. It's got no fuse in. Now, the reason why this is bad in the UK and not necessarily so bad in different countries comes down to the way that UK houses are wired up. And the way UK houses are wired up comes down to World War II and a shortage of copper. So after the Second World War, when they were actually making standards for wiring houses up, there was a shortage of copper in the UK. So in the UK we use a wiring system that uses less copper wire. It's called a ring main, whereas in other countries you'll have a fuse box and each socket has one wire going off to that fuse. In the UK, most houses have a fuse box and then a ring that goes across multiple sockets and back round to the fuse box. And these ring mains in the UK are rated at 32 amps of current. Power cables in the UK have to have a fuse in to protect the wire, because this wire cannot handle 32 amps of current. This wire is good for about 10 amps. And without the fuse to protect the cable, if something goes wrong inside the device and there's a short circuit at this end of the plug for some reason, a diode goes wrong, a capacitor goes short, something like that, we've got 32 amps of power at 240 volts going through this flimsy little cable. So let's see what happens if we put 32 amps through this cable. Okay, I've relocated to outside land because I'm expecting magic smoke to escape. I've got my simulated short circuit inside the device in that I've just got the actual IEC connector here. This is our piece of crap power cable that's going to plug into there. This power supply I've got here can put out up to 66 amps, and for completeness I've got a UK standard main socket wired into the high current terminals at the back, and I'm going to plug that in using a real mains cable which has got a fuse in the middle of it. A 5 amp fuse, because this power supply can only deliver a total of 900 watts, whereas of course 32 amps at 240 volts is closer to 9 kilowatts, so a fraction of the total power, but this should illustrate the point nicely. Okay, let's plug all this together. Power cable goes into the simulated short circuit, power cable goes into UK mains socket. Just uncoil this to be really nice to it. There we go, switch that on. Got a little bit of current flowing. I'm going to crank this up until we hit 32 amps. No, we're only actually getting 6.3 amps going through this cable. Starting to heat up a bit. Now this wire does actually say it's rated to 10 amps on the plug, but you're not getting 10 amps through there. It's just 6 amps coming through there. Getting really quite hot though. Oh, really hot. Give that a little longer, see what it does. You can see as the temperature of the cable increases, the current carrying capability drops off. Smell some hot plastic now. The wire's gone very hot and floppy now. And no magic smoke yet. Oh, I can see smoke starting to rise off the flex here. I can see smoke coming out. Yep, plastic's all smoky now. Just 75 watts of power that's got this cable smoking at the moment, and it does say rated 10 amps on it, but we've been pushing 5 amps through it and the smoke's coming out. Welded ourselves together here. Plastic on there is all got rather hot and sticky there now. Interestingly, my decent 30 amp capability here, no problem with that, but this wire is a piece of rubbish. Interesting. Well, it's not quite the reaction I was expecting, because I was actually expecting to be able to pump 30 amps through this rather than 5, but it does say 10 amps on this plug, and you saw it never went above 5.5, and the thing smoked, melted, and if you look really closely around about there-ish, you can see it's actually through to the wires there, and it's short-circuited and given up at that point. So this is what a real plug looks like. This is what a lethal piece of rubbish looks like, and if you ever get anything with a plug like this on, throw that cable straight away. It is just not safe, it's not legal, and it shouldn't be for sale. Cheers folks, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.